Rivals Radio.
Welcome back to Rivals Radio with Wally and Dee, right here on the Rivals Broadcast Network.
Great to be back.
Today, we are diving deep. We're unpacking that absolute whirlwind divisional round.
Pure playoff chaos, wasn't it? Just incredible games.
Totally. We saw strategic masterclasses, some really stunning upsets, and those unexpected heroes that just seemed to pop up.
Every game felt like a statement, you know?
Yeah.
All that player development, the GM's planning, it all kind of came together.
It really did. And then we got to look ahead, right? The conference championships are here. High stakes, Rivals Cup on the line.
Huge stakes.
Yeah.
And the stories coming out of the divisional round. Just amazing.
So let's start there. That chaos, it kicked off Wednesday night, Nexus Conference, Dukes versus Rhinos.
Yeah, Albuquerque and St. Louis.
League's first ever divisional round game. You could feel the pressure.
Right. Oh, yeah. And the Dukes, they came out firing. Just established a rhythm immediately.
They really did. Smokey Smith, the rookie QB, looked poised.
He did. But they didn't just come out fast, they came out smart. Running back Pollard, he was the absolute catalyst.
Oh, Pollard was incredible.
134 yards, 2 touchdowns. But it wasn't just the stats, it was how they ran. Misdirection, forcing those ends inside.
It opened up huge lanes, didn't it?
Exactly. And that let Smokey Smith, the rookie, just play smart, patient. High percentage throws off play action.
And the Rhinos defense, usually so stout.
Yeah, that 4-3 front, normally they fill those
It
gaps.
just kind of melted under that run pressure.
Completely melted. They looked overwhelmed by the scheme, the pressure. It was like a total breakdown. They just never recovered.
Nope. No recovery. The Dukes basically showed how a really potent ground game plus a poised QB can just take apart even a top defense.
Yeah, balanced offense might be the key this year, even in a league that loves the pass.
Absolutely. So the Dukes march on. Commanding performance right into the Nexus Championship.
Powerful statement. Then Thursday night, Apex Conference. Oklahoma City Natives versus the Los Angeles Reign.
Okay, this was the one everyone, including us, let's be honest.
Yeah, we thought. Controlled blowout.
Yeah.
Right. Reign were heavily favored.
We were so off. What hit me right away was the Natives' mindset. GM Clint Baker, that determined mindset, all-in approach.
It wasn't just talk.
No, it translated straight onto the field. They stormed out, what was it, 16-0.
16-0 before the Reign even blinked.
It was just sheer belief, mental prep. The Reign looked totally stunned early on.
They did. And, you know, it wasn't just luck. Baker clearly prepped them for that Reign 3-4 blitz package.
Looked like they knew it was coming.
Yeah, quick throws, screens, neutralizing that pass rush. But, you know, the Reign are champions.
Right, they weren't going to just roll over.
Exactly. Late game, they fought back, took the lead. It turned into this crazy back and forth.
And what a finish.
Yep.
Watson, Natives QB, throws the go-ahead TD with time still left.
Yeah, plenty of time.
But then, boom, defenses just locked it down, both sides.
Total standoff.
Just grinding, intense defense. Neither team could get another inch. That grit was amazing.
It really was. Natives get the win, advance to the Apex Championship. That game just showed mental toughness, resilience.
The whole nobody believed in us thing, but for real.
Exactly. Belief can beat paper advantages, especially in the playoffs. What a win for OKC.
Okay, Friday night, Nexus again. Tokyo Riot versus Philly Fury.
The heavyweight fight.
That's what they called it. GM Fry's underdog Riot going into Philly against a Fury team everyone thought would just steamroll the bracket.
And it lived up to the hype. Absolute slugfest from the first snap.
Back and forth, trading blows.
Yeah, tied 3-3 like 30 seconds before halftime. Then bam, Hamilton hits that clutch TD pass for the Riot.
That felt huge. Not just the points, but the momentum swing right into the half.
Totally. And they rode that wave, went up 20-6. Seemed like a massive lead in that kind of fight.
It really did. Looked like the Riot might actually cruise. But then, Nigel Crothers,
The league MVP.
he just put the Fury on his back, didn't he? Late fourth, leads this desperate, 14-point unanswered rally.
Incredible stuff, forces
That's right.
overtime.
Just pure will. And you gotta remember, Greg Branch on that Fury D-line.
Oh yeah, the edge rusher. Elite.
He was making life miserable for Hamilton all night, collapsing the pocket, forcing bad throws. His pressure created chances for that comeback.
Showed the Fury's championship heart, for sure. But the Riot's response in OT? Legendary.
After all that, trading punts deep into OT Johnny Hobbs.
A Hobbit.
Yeah, the Hobbit. The scrappy walk-on underdog catches an 80-yard streak. Game over.
80 yards. Just stunning.
Yeah.
For the win.
What a moment. And, you know, that play, that whole game, It says so much about GM Fry's philosophy, right? And this league,
How so?
well, finding guys like Hobbs, a walk-on, maybe lacks the top measurables. Other leagues might ignore him, but
Our player development system.
exactly. GMs like Fry find these high-grit, high-upside guys, develop them, and they deliver in the clutch. It's like valuing toughness over just athleticism.
A blueprint for the smaller markets, maybe.
Could be.
Anyway, Riot advance. Heroic effort. Defining win. Unbelievable finish. Okay, finally, Saturday night. Apex. Salt Lake Sting versus the Buffalo Brawlers. All or nothing.
A lot of buzz for this one.
Yeah, and the Sting, the underdogs, they actually started strong. Got that pick off Andrew Frost on the Brawlers' first drive.
Yeah. Capitalized, went up 7-0. You thought, okay, maybe.
Silence that Buffalo crowd for a minute, right? Spark some hope.
For about 5 minutes, because that 7-year lead, that was pretty much it for the Sting.
Yeah, that was their high point, wasn't it?
Totally. From then on, it was all brawlers. Just dominance. Andrew Frost, 0-year MVP.
Lit it up.
Over 400 yards, 5 TDs, just surgical.
And Ronnie Leak adding over 100 on the ground, plus a TD.
And the rookie, Cam Reed, 3 touchdowns.
Incredible game for the rookie. Hands, routes, the whole package.
The Brawlers offense is just, it's scary. Multifaceted, relentless.
Yeah, GM Doug Baxter's team came in meaning business. They wanted to dominate.
And they did. Statement win. Brawlers advanced to the Apex Championship. A reminder of what happens when an elite offense clicks.
Phew. Okay. What divisional round? Upsets, drama,
I think
strategy.
Be breathless, right? Okay, let's pivot. Conference championships. Stakes couldn't be higher now.
Rivals Cup, big trophy, big money. Everything's on the line.
Exactly. First up, Apex Championship. Natives versus Brawlers.
Oklahoma City versus Buffalo.
Yeah.
And let's be real. On paper, the Brawlers are the clear favorites.
No question. GM Doug Baxter's squad has just steamrolled almost everyone.
Ranked first in
Every
defense is solid, rarely makes mistakes, and that offense.
Frost slinging it with precision, Leak pounding it. It's overwhelming.
Just relentless efficiency, a scoring machine.
Agreed. Juggernaut offense, BUT. Here's the deep dive part, right?
Right.
While they're favorites, this is going to be one of the toughest tests that offense has faced, period.
Because of the Natives D.
Because of that Natives D-line. Tony Pearson at right end. Remember, 3rd in sacks despite missing half the season.
Yeah, incredible impact.
And Tim Peterson at left end. These guys bring relentless pressure. Pearson's speed, Peterson's power.
So they can get pressure with just 4.
Exactly. Which frees up the secondary to play tight, aggressive man coverage. It's a suffocating front. Forces quick throws, bad throws.
Okay, interesting. So the crucial question now.
Yeah.
The Natives' weakness is kind of their run defense, right?
It is, yeah. That's the spot.
So do the Brawlers lean on Ronnie Leak early? Especially if Frost feels that pressure.
That's the chess match. And for the Natives offense, GM Baker needs Watson to just run the plan, but
Mistake-free football. Absolutely critical.
cannot make mistakes against this Brawlers team. One turnover could just flip the whole thing.
It's a true clash. Brawlers balance versus Natives pressure D.
Okay, prediction time. For you, Rivals Nation, I think it's the Brawlers by 10. Advancing to the Rivals Cup. That offensive depth feels like too much.
Fair enough. Okay, next is championship. Tokyo Riot versus the Albuquerque Dukes.
Wow! Who saw this matchup coming?
Seriously, if you told me this weeks ago, no way. But hey, that's why we love football.
Exactly. And the Riot, under GM Anthony Fry, they are red hot right now.
Perfect timing.
Taking out teams they had like no business even competing with on paper, just riding this huge wave of momentum.
It's incredible, defying all expectations.
And that offense, Hamilton, the Hobbit Hobbs, they just find ways. It's that grinded out style.
Wears teams down.
Yeah, physical running, short passes, then bam. Unexpected deep shot or misdirection. It's fueled by that team first energy.
And defensively.
Yeah.
Cody Meltzer at MLB.
Field general. Tied for the league lead in picks, he doesn't just tackle, he reads QBs, positions everyone. Pure playmaker leader.
Okay, but connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Their defensive vulnerability, they give up points, right? Around 24 a game.
Yeah, that's the worry. They give up those chunk plays sometimes, those big 15-plus yard games.
So the secondary has to tighten up. No big plays allowed this week. Because Smokey Smith,
They'll find those seams if they're there. Could be a long day for Tokyo if they can't stop the big play.
definitely something that Dukes will target.
And speaking of the Dukes,
Uh-huh.
defying odds under GM Walt Shelby. Riding high with rookie QB Smokey Smith.
His poise is unreal for a rookie.
Like a 10-year vet. Makes smart plays. And that defense, sneaky nasty. Led by the league sack leader, Tyrone Cooper.
Cooper's a game wrecker. Not just pass rush, sets the edge against the run too.
Yeah.
Disrupts everything.
Totally. Forces mistakes. So if the Dukes let Cooper and that D loose, and Smokey plays smart, leans on Pollard.
Pollard's run support is key for opening up those short passes for Smith.
Absolutely. If they do that, Dukes have a real shot at another upset. This is the toughest pick.
Wow.
Real toss-up.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with the Riot by 6. Represent the Nexus. That momentum, that gritty style, it just feels unstoppable right now.
Wow, okay. Riot by 6. These matchups, they're not just about the plays, are they? They really show what Rivals Nation is all about.
Yeah. How so?
It's the stories. The rise of Hobbs, the walk-on, the poise of Smith, the rookie, the genius of GMs like Baker and Fry finding these guys.
That unique talent development.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what sets this league apart. The passion, the rivalries, the drama we just talked about, it comes from that. Our unique scouting, our development, it creates these journeys, legendary moments.
Couldn't agree more. That's why these games are must-watch. Trophy money on the line.
And it connects with the fans so deeply. These players become legends, their stories matter, it's personal, engaging.
Makes it more than just a game.
Reminds you why you love sports. man.
Absolutely. Well, that's our deep dive for this week, Rivals Nation. Make sure you're following the league's social media, subscribe to the channel, get all those updates.
Don't miss anything.
And hey, get ready. The college season, only a few weeks away now. Whole new crop of talent coming into the ecosystem.
Always exciting. Well, thanks for listening, everyone.
From Rivals Radio on the Rivals Broadcast Network.
It's Rivals Radio.